be yourself. I have a lot of students, Emily, come in, and especially when I used to teach beginners, trying to emulate or sound like another person or their heroes and idols, and that's absolutely fantastic to do that. But you've got to really be yourself. You've got to accept yourself. It's like you've got red, wavy hair, and you can straighten it, but when you put it underneath the water, it's going to go red and wavy again. So accept yourself, accept your voice. You're blessed to have some sort of voice. If you can speak, you can sing. Accept what it can do and what it can't do, and go with your strengths and work on your strengths. You mentioned George Ezra off the tape before when we were prepping for this. He's got a low voice, fantastic voice. Do you know what I mean? It's really, it's absolutely fantastic. We don't have to be singing super high all the time like Maroon 5 or whatever it might be, even though you might be inspired by that. Or the girls are the same. Pink likes to sing down in her lower part of her range as well too, and also use the middle to high part of her range. Adele likes to use the lower part of her range as well too. So use the parts of your range that you think that you feel the best in. Be yourself. Accept yourself. I think it's a really big thing these days is to be self-aware. Yeah, and I think that's generally all in life as well too. I think one of my good friends is wanting to do nearly a subject in high school about self-awareness, and I think it's a really great thing that probably needs to be done.
There are some fantastic singers out there, like technically incredible, and for example Ariana Grande, who did a few spots on, I think, Saturday Night Live or something like that, one of the American telly shows, and she was parodying other singers, and it was amazing. Spot on parodies of Cher, Celine Dion, Adele, I don't know, something like that. Literally, like, close my eyes, obviously something's off, but yeah, a very, very close. She's like an amazing at copying exactly the sound of a singer, like the sound placement, like 30 sounds of Cher, for example. But if you put on her solo song, you will never mistake her for anyone else. And her ability to copy exactly the techniques.
Besides Mariah Carey, but anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
No, I wouldn't say. Mariah is a bit more husky, and Ariana's a wooden head voice. So
exactly.
Yeah. So Ariana really likes music. You can tell she likes other singers. And you can tell that she's been doing a lot of that. She's been doing a lot of copying, either for fun or for practice. And this is one of the ways that we learn. We analyze what other singers do, but then use our own spin. We learn the technique, and then we use our own voice utilizing this technique. So don't be afraid. And by the way, I have the opposite. Sometimes people come and say, well, I've been told by my producer to go and get singing lessons, but I was so reluctant because I don't want to sound like anybody else. Like all singing teachers teach is just, they will just make something else out of me that I'm not, and I'm so like awesome. And first of all, face palm, guys, that's not what we do. And if somebody is teaching you to completely copy exactly the tone and to adjust your larynx and like the shape of your face and your resonance spaces to basically parody somebody, it's a parody act. It's not singing. It's a very good indication, like if a singing teacher doesn't want you to use your own voice but want to shape you into something else entirely, run for the hills. Find somebody who has respect for your voice, respect for your natural abilities, and somebody who can inspire you to be yourself but still teach you the techniques.
Inspiring to be yourself is a big one, yes. I think it's going with our techniques as well too. I think that if anyone says that about us, they couldn't, because when we do the scales, we're doing it in the student's personality all the time. We're never changing the tone or the timbre of the voice when we're doing the scales. We work off songs as a soundboard so that people can learn the skills, whether it be a smile or a cry or a run. But then the week after, we're always going with the instrumental. So we're always encouraging the student to sing within them in their own tone. So it's very, very important. So be yourself, guys. Have fun. And do the genre of music that you really love. You know, like Ariana Grande is a perfect example. You'd see that she really just loves singing and loves doing all of that girly stuff. Cher, Adele, Whitney. I can hear it in her voice that she's had a really big serving when she was young of Mariah Carey and Celine Dion and Whitney Houston. You know, those three there, for sure. And it's great. You know, she's amazing, and she's a really switched on and intelligent person from the interviews that I've seen. She's very self-aware, and she doesn't give an F about what anyone thinks about her and what she's doing. So yeah, I really like her, what she stands for. I'm not such a big fan of her music. I wouldn't listen to it on repeat, but I think she's a really great artist who stays true to herself.
Yeah.
Yes. So.